I recently downloaded TikTok again after not using it for a few years. Here's the very first video that I saw. This is one of the most depressing things that I've ever seen, and I mean that sincerely. Despite what the material would suggest, this is a soulless piece of spam intentionally exploiting an extreme appeal to emotion on one of the biggest demographics in the world. You know how I know that? Because the video is half a second long, and by the time I even had the ability to swipe away, I had already generated a dozen views for the quote-unquote creator. There is no message here. There is nothing to take in or to think about. There is simply an anonymous person behind a computer screen who knows that there's 2.4 billion people out there who love Jesus and would never leave him hanging, except for that one time. And that person also knows the more views they get, the more money they make. And that's it. That's all this video is. There's no artistic point to be made or even a single thought to take away from it. It's a passionless grift, utilizing the imagery and evocation of, quite literally, the one figure in history most recognizable for being genuinely selfless. At least according to the Bible. The very thing being exploited for this garbage content. How very fucking ironic. And that's what makes this TikTok one of the most depressing things I've ever seen. Not in the way that real world violence or death or oppression is depressing, but just the absence of anything authentic. The person pumping out this dog shit isn't religious, isn't artistic, isn't creative, isn't anything except for greedy and selfish. I'm sad about it in the same way you feel sad when you hear an animal went extinct. Something cool like the white rhino. Like, that's just, it's not there anymore. It no longer exists at all, whatever that means. My brain can barely comprehend that. And I've never even seen a white rhino, but I get this genuine feeling of loss just thinking about it. I guess I feel like this secondhand embarrassment on behalf of humanity itself, like, fuck, was I not paying attention? Was I supposed to be watching that? Who let this happen? And the same way that I feel embarrassment for us killing off the white rhino, I cringe at the people who spread this brain rot infection willingly. Could I have done something to help abate this? Not only are you polluting the digital landscape with this immoral slop, you're taking away space from someone who actually gives a shit. You're accelerating the extinction, not of an animal this time, but of people who would put something good into the world. Someone who might actually have an idea worth sharing, unlike you, who couldn't create one yourself. You're robbing that person. You're taking up space that they could have used. And the funny fucking thing is, you're not even getting the bag, bro. You paid for botted comments and hardly any likes. Can I get a fucking amen, you guys? Just like you, I heard of the horrors of this kind of shit popping up rapidly, and I've seen it secondhand on Reddit and other places. I just thought maybe it was being blown out of proportion. So I gave it a second chance. I completely uninstalled TikTok, I reinstalled it again, and I logged back in. Here's what I saw in the first few seconds.
Why are you here? You're just a few days old.
I need to save for my kid's school.
Who sees this and laughs? There's no punchline here. This is the equivalent of those bad boomer memes about hating your wife. The joke isn't a joke. It's so low IQ and obvious as to be insulting. This is the best thing a so-called intelligence could come up with? Not so intelligent, huh? Where was this AI when I needed someone to lower the curve on my chemistry class? Who are you people commenting on this like it doesn't signal the death of everything genuine? Do we really need a laugh track just to live at this point? Do you really need a computer to tell you how to connect a few neurons? Are you not embarrassed by that? And if you're the one uploading this garbage, are you not embarrassed to be adding to the landfill of automated brain rot that already exists here? I thought we all agreed that the dead internet theory fucking sucks. I guess that's why they're all faceless profiles, huh? What fucking cowards. It's just a hustle, bro. I'm just getting the bag, bro. I'm just taking advantage of a system that allows it to happen. I don't care. I truly don't. And I'm tired of pretending like we have to respect this hustle culture. It doesn't just rob YouTube. It robs the future of this platform and anyone who could use it for something cool and good. You are the bad guy here. You are. You fucking suck. This whole platform is an unsustainable model that can only exist because Google already makes trillions of dollars and their own servers. The same goes for TikTok, who coincidentally barely pays its users anything. This is a whole fragile ecosystem that could end at any time with no possible replacement if it ever becomes too much of a liability, which it frequently fucking does. And then there's assholes like this who give Google and TikTok every reason to stop paying you, a legitimate creator, entirely. If they're being exploited, why wouldn't they continue to cut down the cost of that exploitation like they already have several times? Guess we already forgot about the multiple ad apocalypses, huh? I remember when YouTube first started paying people for their comment directly. It was a mind-blowing thing, like being told that you could become a Hollywood star from your bedroom and not having that be a huge practical joke. It seemed way too good to be true. I guess it was, because the piece of the pie that we all get keeps fucking shrinking. And I've personally never made any money on any website, let alone YouTube. But you know what I care about way more than money? The chance to share something. Just the ability to make someone that I don't know think or laugh or learn something. It's why I even started doing this at all. And if my chance is being robbed from me and from people who are way funnier and way more creative and even more deserving of a spotlight than me, then yeah, it's not just about getting the bag anymore. You're not robbing the company. You're robbing the people. You're the villain. You are the poacher of the white rhino. You're destroying the thing that you want for personal gain, and eventually what you exploit will not exist anymore. Nothing left to even take. I hope that $200 was worth it, man. It fucking sucks so bad to see the downfall of my favorite thing in the world in real time. I really thought there would have been more opposition to the end of it all. I should have known better. There never is. We always go quietly. There's money to be made. Everything else be damned. If it all goes down, hey, at least I made a couple grand, right? Fuck everyone else. Same guy who says that goes, hey, you notice how there's nothing good to watch anymore? Worth it, I guess, for all the billions of creative ideas that just got erased. Who cares what was lost, right? I do. I care a lot. I'm not even that old, but I easily remember when there was no money in it at all, and this was all just mostly done because it was fun. It's the entire reason I started my channel and this dumb series that I'm doing. I was overwhelmed every day by how much gets put out onto the internet and wondering if there could ever be an end to how easily accessible it all is to put your own creativity out there. And I know the answer. It will end sooner than we want. Nothing is infinite. Eventually the cost is gonna be a little too much. You'll have to give Google your ID just to make an account. How very topical. I wrote that before this even came out. You'll be limited in how much you can upload, or what quality, or how often. You won't be able to make anything private or unlisted because the ads need to be seen. They gotta make that money. You'll have to pay for the privilege of posting a video at all. Any one of these things are gonna happen, and probably all of them at some point before the ship goes down. Do you really think that YouTube is gonna let people upload 80-hour videos like this that can just take up hundreds of gigabytes of server space and then have them be freely unlisted at any point so no one can watch the ads on them anymore? They're just being hosted for free. Do we think that's gonna last forever? All of these Twitch channels with no viewers that just export their unedited 8-hour VODs of low-effort gameplay onto YouTube because it takes zero effort to do so. There's a plugin for it. And then they only get a handful of views, but it takes up hundreds or thousands of hours worth of storage. The advertisers aren't paying Google enough for a few thousand views to offset the hosting costs. Google can afford it because they have $1 trillion already and they make their own servers. They're not paying market rate for this. Who else has that kind of money? Who else has a stake in the game like Google does? Not Facebook, not anything else. Do we really think the endless amount of space you are given for free will last forever? It's gonna get monetized like everything else has. Don't blame me. Blame the faceless AI brainlet spamming automated channels. Blame the motherfucker uploading 2 million total videos. Yeah, dude, 2 million videos, and they all look like this. I remember when it wasn't like this, when it wasn't commodified to hell and back in the name of automation and preservation and content creation. I hate all of those phrases so fucking much. They're so disingenuous nowadays. I believe in the preservation of art and consumer rights, but I don't believe that your 10-hour video of the same one single sound effect over and over and over deserves to live forever and take up space that could be used by the next real innovator. That's not art. And I don't believe that any of this shit is content either, much less art. It's fucking garbage. It's digital pollution. I don't think that your AI-fueled, faceless, automated side hustle is worth anything, and I don't think that it should be allowed, and I won't ever be convinced that it does have value or is worth including on any website. This kind of shit poisons the well for everyone, makes monetization and visibility harder for genuine artists and educators, it cripples one's ability to critically think or to generate their own innovation, and it hostilely neuters the minds of people that consume it. And I'm not one of those guys wishing everything would just go back to the way it was. I embrace progression. I love that anyone has the opportunity to make something with almost no barriers and then to be paid for it. I love the tools that have come with change and the ability to see analytics and copyright claims before publishing. Even the restrictions that came with the adpocalypse were necessary if we all wanted to keep getting paid and not have your paycheck go to some fucking Spider-Man raw-dogging Elsa cartoon. There's a lot of good that has come with these changes over time. I just don't want the freedom of opportunity to go away. But I know the end will come eventually. And when I see something like this, I see the end coming a few days sooner than it did before. Anyone can pull up 11 Labs and their choice of 100 different generative AI sources and automate, gag, content, gag. Yeah, exactly. Content, not art, not education, not even humor, just content. A word as bland and non-descriptive as the garbage it's representing. I remember when you at least had to show your face to grift this shit. You at least had to put your personal brand on the line for a little bit, and you could only make a comeback after a few years in an entirely different niche of the internet. Now, you can apparently farm multiple faceless channels at once, and hey, if one gets taken down, you're only a few clicks away from getting right back into it. So, while I still can, before I have to start paying to upload shit because I have no subscribers already, I'd like to share some things with you that I consider to be worth the server space that they take up, to show off the real emotion from real people, for historical value, for the preservation of stuff actually worth preserving, for a timeline of how the internet culture we all love so dearly changes over time, for nothing more than, hey, this is what we used to think was funny. Isn't that strange? How does that make you feel? I want to know. Tell me. I want to make like a museum of sorts, actually like a community center. You ever played Stardew? With how much is uploaded every hour on YouTube alone, what are we leaving behind? What have we forgotten? And how much is out there that you've never heard of before? I'm calling it Internet Buried Treasure. I hope that by showing off the human creativity we had and still have in a lot of places, before everything was hyper-optimized to generate clicks or passive income, maybe we can hold on to the humanity of the internet a little bit longer. Maybe we can undo some of the acceleration of the end that this dog shit has produced.
If Jesus started a skincare line, would it heal the world or make the devil jealous? If the devil challenged Jesus again, would Jesus forgive him or strike him down with divine power?
And I'll make it quick, because I've already taken up a lot of your time. Slip slap. I'm SlappyPat, your cosmic tour guide into the abandoned and obscure corners of the internet, where we dig up buried treasure with a critical but appreciative eye and discover just what made it so important. Cohose Yuor Cloor, uploaded 13 years ago, at least this version was. I can't tell you exactly when, but I believe I actually came across this video way before this specific instance was uploaded, on Tumblr I think. I could be wrong about that, but it's just impossible to research anything specific on Tumblr nowadays, if it was ever possible to begin with, to be honest. If you know the origin of this video, let me know in the comments. Anyway, this video was prime Tumblr humor back then. In fact, across the whole internet, humor like this was something really, let's just be nice and say heartfelt. It's got that older millennial style humor that has not aged really gracefully at all. At the time though, when you didn't have an endless fucking stream of videos and memes to consume every waking second, this shit was a banger. We used to go weeks and months between viral videos, dude. Can you believe that? You used to be able to like name them all from memory. The video itself is just someone reading off these misspelled colors as written with a funny voice, as if they were the drop-down menu itself speaking to you, but with brain damage. It's so reminiscent of being young and stupid with your friends and making dumb jokes together that only you guys thought were funny, and the punchline was just saying something in a dumb voice, but it was the most hilarious thing because you loved your friends and you loved being silly. This video has that human energy to it because it wasn't generated for ad revenue, nor passive income, nor even to like build a brand or an audience. It was just like, hey, look at this stupid shit I found. Isn't that hilarious? So let's watch a bit of it together. Share a human moment between you and me.
Cohose Yuor Cloor, any chlor, baji, bakalk, bulge, burnzo.
And stop. Even though it's only 30 seconds, I'm not going to play the whole thing. Go watch it with the link in the description after you finish my video. My favorite part is taupe being spelled correctly. The entire premise of this video is so dumb. It's barely a joke, but it reeks of human spirit. You can feel the authenticity of the shitty microphone, the 4:3 aspect ratio, how the speaker is kind of forcing some of the already misspelled words to sound even more ridiculous than they already are. That's such a human thing to do, to push the punchline past home, because hey, that makes it even funnier, right? It's so easy to go just a little too far, and I love that about this video. I don't give a single fuck if it's completely unwatchable and humorless today, because it was hilarious at one point, and it's as human as the internet gets. That's actually worth preserving. That feeling is actually worth remembering. I hope the spirit of Cohose Yuor Cloor resonates today and reminds us all that dumb shit like this is the whole reason YouTube was started in the first place. The whole reason you and me wanted to be like our favorite YouTubers. Do you really want to lose that to something like this?
I need to save for my kids' school.
My tier list covers not only the quality of the things that I cover, but how well these things have aged. Unfortunately, Cohose Yuor Cloor has aged like milk, and that's not a testament to its character, just to how humor has evolved over time. I can't pretend that this is some timeless masterpiece. It's a you had to be there kind of thing. Right now, AI is killing internet humor. Cohose Yuor Cloor might not really be funny anymore, but it was at one time. And this never will be. For all that Cohose Yuor Cloor has lost in relevance, for all that has far surpassed it in quality and presentation, it has a human spirit that will never fade away. It was made by people, for nothing in return, just to share a moment between strangers that I haven't forgotten even close to 2 decades later. And that makes it infinitely more valuable than anything AI will ever shit out. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Internet Buried Treasure. This one was a bit more serious than I planned on being, but I refuse to tread lightly around the AI infection. It pains me greatly. Truly, it really does pain me to see people ask questions like this every single day. Why? If you enjoyed your tour of the old internet, leave a tip for your guide in the form of a like. And if you want to visit again, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ding the bell. That way I know I've served you well. Be genuine, be creative, and don't support the bullshit being force-fed to you. Take a stand. Rise above. Slip slap. This has been SlappyPat.